What's the biggest difference between life then and life today?
Be the place in the world that you can come to and get a broad spectrum of aspects.
I truly agree with Ben-Gurion when he says that the strength of Israel depends on the strength of the Negev.
Doing it in the Negev is something novel, and I can be only proud of that.
What's in store for Israel's energy future?
Behind me is basically state-of-the-art in photovoltaic technology. It consists of a large array of lenses that magnify the sun's rays 500 times. Now, imagine a whole field of these. That's enough power for a whole power plant, entirely responsible in importing all of its fuel from countries that would prefer not to sell it to us. This is the main reason to switch to renewable form of energy that nobody can touch. If we do this right, then our grandchildren will find it very hard to believe that there was once a time when we generated electricity from anything other than solar energy.
Excerpts from Ben-Gurion's diary, May 14th, 1948. אישרנו הנוסח של הכרזת העצמאות. ב-4, הכרזת העצמאות. בארץ צהלה ושמחה. ושוב, אני אבל בין השמחים, כביום 29 בנובמבר. Even then, in that crucial moment, Ben-Gurion could not sit back with content. He was fully aware of the price.
How does the world see Israel?
Ben-Gurion Archive is a treasure of raw materials. We're talking about documentation that was produced during the historical course of events in a field that has so much disinformation, like Israel studies. We're trying to provide an open space for the students to find their own answers. They are used to receive information about Israel from the media, from the headlines of the newspapers. Here, suddenly, they realize that they have to be critical. Not only about the headlines in the media, they have to be critical about the books. They have to go to the footnotes. They have to ask themselves, how does he know? Where does the knowledge come from? I'm interested in revealing the complex, fascinating story of Israel from as many dimensions as possible. My vision is to see the graduates from our program become faculty in their own universities, in their own countries, teaching courses on Israel in their own languages, all around the world.
Will there be a cure for Alzheimer's?
Alzheimer's disease is a devastating disease. So far, people thought that treatment for the disease can be based on immunosuppression. But we think completely opposite. We think that the immune system is the key factor to fight Alzheimer's disease. The most attractive option to this kind of therapy is to generate a vaccine that would be able to prevent or delay the onset of the disease. So far, we have a proof of concept, and the next step is to see whether we can take it further into treatment of the disease in humans.
Where will the next disaster strike?
During the years, Israel has accumulated a lot of experience in dealing with this sort of situations, and a lot of knowledge has been built. From this background, Ben-Gurion University decided to form a program that builds the leadership and builds the preparedness that will help people living in this country to handle better the situation and be better prepared to live with this situation that is sometimes unavoidable. Being in the South is really a part of doing the real thing. And the fact that people from around the world come here to study and come here to see what we're doing is related to the fact that we've had hands-on experience. Our ultimate goal is to become a hub of knowledge about this whole area of disaster preparedness and response. And we would like to be the place that people from around the world, when they have a question or a query, or they want to know how to deal with a disaster situation, whether it's natural or man-made, we would like to be the place with the knowledge and the guidance for people around the world in this area.
Alternative energy, Israel studies, brain research, disaster preparedness, desert science, diabetes, nanotechnology, biotechnology, and robotics.